All right, good morning. Finally think I'm going to be able to get a video to you before class. I'm in a different place that has much quicker Wi-Fi. So in case you have not heard, I am with my family. My dad did pass away, and so I am dealing with arrangements and funeral and all that for this week. But I should be back uh, on Tuesday because Monday is Martin Luther King Jr. holiday. So I appreciate your patience, and we will try to endure and just do the best we can. All right, so we are looking at pages 18 and 19 within your workbook. If you read page 18, we did 1 and 2 yesterday, or hopefully you did 1 and 2 yesterday. We are on the bottom of page 18 with problem number 3. And here is the problem. It says a checking account is set up with an initial balance, initial happening at the beginning of $4,800, and $400 is removed from the account each month. 400 is removed each month for rent. No other transactions occur on this account, so this account is just for rent. Write an equation whose solution is the number of months M it takes for the account balance to reach 2,000. Okay, so we are trying to get it in terms of M, but I need to first try to get it in a place that I understand. This whole chapter is on linear equations, and this seems to fit very nicely with our y equals mx plus b. So let's take a look. The balance that we are looking for. So my y here, I'm going to say is my balance is equal to, and I'm going to kind of look at this in terms of the problem and how it is given. So we have an initial balance of $4,800 right here. So my balance in my account is going to be equal to that $4,800, and it says that 400 is removed each month. So that's going to be minus $400 times the number of months that have gone by, which is M. Okay? And that is my y equals mx plus b. Right here we have the mx, and in this case my slope is negative because it is going down by the same amount each month. So that's the negative 400, that's my slope. And my x here, it's kind of odd because it's months and we have mx plus b, but my number of months here is the same as my x part here, okay? And then it says, after I have figured that out from the problem itself, write an equation whose solution is the number of months M it takes. So they're wanting me now to put it in terms of, let's get and isolate M by itself, okay? So I'm just going to rewrite this to begin with and say B is equal to 4,800 minus 400 times M. And I am trying to get M by itself. All right? So I am going to undo any addition or subtraction that is happening. If I look at this carefully, I have this large amount, $4,800. That is a positive. And essentially it's kind of in there. It is kind of being added, sort of. But then I have the second term, which is made up of the negative 400 times the m. So those are close together. Those are together by way of multiplication. Okay? So what I'm going to do is, since I'm trying to get m by itself, m right now is tied up with that negative 400. I am going to do something with the 4,800. It is positive, and I am going to subtract 4,800. Well, this is an equation, and whatever you do on one side, you have to do on the other. So I'm going to subtract 4,800 over here. These numbers are going to cancel out. On the left-hand side of my equation, I'm going to have b minus 4,800 equals, that got canceled out, negative 400 times m. Remember, our end game here is to get m by itself. M is being multiplied by negative 400, so I am going to divide by that negative 400, which means I need to divide by negative 400 here. Negative 400 divided by negative 400 is going to simplify out just to be a 1. And what I have left is b minus 4,800 divided by negative 400 equals, and 1 times m is m. So now I have written the equation where the solution, the answer, all by itself, is the number of months. So my final answer is there. Okay. Remember, you can play this video again. You can slow it down, fast forward, do all those things in case that didn't make sense. All right, so letter B is the part that you are going to complete on page 19. It says, make a plot of the balance after m months, and you are actually going to plot points for the months, the first month, the third month, the fifth month, 7th, 9th, and 11th. Okay? So I'm going to get you started a little bit here. Of course, mine is much smaller. So your number of months, that is your independent variable. Independent variables are always the x value. And it is on a nice gridded graph paper. I think as I look at mine, I see that every 2 squares I did as, oh, come on. Every 2 squares I did as 1 month. Okay, so like there's a square, there's 2, because I wanted it to fill up the whole thing. There's 4, and I took mine out all the way to 12, so you can continue to do that too. I'm just going to do it to 5 here. Over on the left-hand side, my y value, this is your balance. That is your y coordinate, your dependent variable. How much money do you have left? And I am trying to think of an appropriate scale by which I can use for each of these squares. Okay. And I know the very top, or close to the very top, is going to be my initial balance, 4,800. Probably want to go a little bit higher than that. So for me, I have 5,200 as my highest value. And because we are decreasing by 400, I actually counted by 400s. So I did every square unit was 400. So there's 400 here, and 400 and 400 is 800, and 400 is 12. And I know this is not to scale, but I have all these numbers up to 5,200. And then you plot the points by saying, okay, here is month number 1, and here is my balance B. So even though we wrote this in for the month, you are going to use actually probably this equation that I am boxing through right here when it comes to writing it down. So here's your M, your month. You can put in, as it said, month where the month is 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11. So you're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points on this graph, okay? And I will help you get started with the first one. And I would actually use where the month is 0. So if I substitute 0 in for M for my month, negative 400 times 0 is 0. So my balance would be $4,800. So before we start taking out for any rent, if I go down here by 400, that means this would be on my y-axis. That is my y-intercept, and that would be my first point. When I go to month number 1 and substitute 1 in for this M right here, negative 400 times 1 is negative 400 plus 4,800 is going to be 4,400. And so month 1 and 4,800 is going to be right there. And you do that for 3, 5, 7, 9, and 11 and create and finish that plot. Okay? So it says, what is your balance going to be at the end? Where is that? Oh, yeah. The account balance to reach 2,000. Okay? The account balance. So you can create this graph, and then you should do this problem where you substitute $2,000 in there, and you will figure out what number month it's going to be where you actually end up with a balance of $2,000. Okay? All right. So on page 18, we did problem number 3, write the equation that models the situation. For page 19, you need to continue to graph this equation. And then, here we go, topic 4, you can now do homework number 3, writing equations in context. Page 20 in your book, put your answers in Canvas. So again, this is in Canvas. Topic 4, homework number 3. Okay, so you've already had module 4 homeworks problems, or homeworks 1 and 2. Now you can do homework number 3. All right. Thank you again for your patience. Hope you are doing well, and I will have another. I probably don't think I'm going to have an actual video for tomorrow. You'll be getting some cards, you'll have some graph paper, and you'll be working in pairs with a partner and putting some stuff together. All right, so that's all I have for today. Hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you soon. Thanks. Bye-bye.